Hello, lovelies. It's Ascended Divination again. I've kind of wanted to do a weekly checkup on energies, and before I start, I want to share my experience, what I've noticed, what's been happening, how I've been feeling. And I'm sort of seeing that for some reason, I think the masculine energy is very stuck, and I would say this is the feminine fault. Well, it's not like blaming, but it's like, let's say the feminine responsibility for that. Because I feel like what's been happening for the past years is that since the feminine is such an allowing and caring and loving energy, it's been taking up a lot of the shit from the masculine and sort of like absorbing them and dealing with them to the point where the masculine itself had nothing to deal with and nothing to heal and no problem to solve. And what happened is that the feminine just sort of like climbed up the ladder and the masculine just stayed down. And it's like the feminine is finally becoming a bit jaded from the fact that the feminine has been doing all the work, and the masculine is being stuck in lower energies because they haven't been doing the work, and it's a huge clusterfuck. um, I also do feel that the divine feminine is truly, truly taking her power back and realizing this, and it's sort of like, you know what, time out. It's time for me to step back and just entirely focus on myself and work on myself and let everyone else do their job. I'm just gonna sit here and stand my ground, and nothing can change that. And I think this is positive. But anyways, let's see what comes up from the cards and what the universe wants to say. I'm gonna do, the feminine side, the masculine side, and we'll see what I feel for other positions. Okay, let's start with the divine feminine. What's going on with the divine feminine this week? How are energies affecting the divine feminine? How are energies affecting the divine feminine? Oops. You should hide the cards because you're seeing when I'm shuffling, and that's not fun. You need to be surprised. Okay, now for the divine masculine, what's been going on with them? I always try to preach that we have both sides, and it's really a real good exercise to try and just connect with both sides, regardless of your gender or regardless of the energy you resonate with the most, because we always carry both energies, and you never know how is the less dominant one really manifesting. It really sometimes happens behind your back, or you're just projecting it on someone else. And I've been noticing this with myself. I don't know if you have, guys. Please tell me, share with me. But lately, I've been feeling this polarization inside of me. Like, my own masculine has been jumping up and down, and which sort of translates into freakouts and purges and just mental breakdowns, because when something just triggers me or fails, it's like my scared divine masculine is just jumping up, and it's like, fuck this, fuck that, I don't deserve this, I'm not gonna have this, blah, 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 and stuff like that. And I myself have been really coming into terms with the fact that I have a lot of emotional intimacy issues, and probably that's why I'm on a twin flame journey. I really want to be open with you all, because I think it's so important as a reader to be open and share your story. And that's my story. I've been having a lot of freakouts, and my own masculine comes out, and it's telling me, like, I don't think you'll be happy in a relationship. I don't think you can have a relationship because of who you are. I don't think you can have a union because of who you are as a person. Like, you're so used to being alone, you don't like compromising, or, I don't know, stuff like that. Trust issues, blah, 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 whatever you think of. And that's been really coming up for me personally. And it's sort of like a weird integration process where I'm just trying to detach from both sides and just sort of like observe on the top. But, okay. Well, let's start. On the bottom of the deck, we have Patience, which is I think it's a Temperance card. So let's just see how this ties in. It's a very self-explanatory card, but okay. Well, the feminine starts again with a similar energy that's been coming up, which is recognition and reward. So what is this recognition and reward about? What is this for? What's happening? Well, we have the Knight of Wands. That knight has been coming up pretty much in every recent reading that I've been doing. Like, what's his deal? An Ace of Swords. So, it's possible that the Divine Feminine has, because this is the Three of Pentacles card, and the Three of Pentacles is mostly about group work, collective work, so that, people come together to work towards a common goal and, eventually achieving it. And this combination with the Knight of Swords and Ace of Swords speaks of some truth and clarity coming out, like a lightning bolt. It's like, oh wow, I just realized this, or oh wow, I just had this sudden idea. So it's possible that, you know, the feminine is sort of like, because I just noticed the Emperor here, so it's very possible that the feminine is sort of like taking on those masculine qualities and, you know, focusing on something else, focusing on her money, on her work, on the business ideas. This is a very detached energy and unemotional one. It's also possible that the divine feminine is finally getting recognition for all the work she has done. It's possible that this is someone else sort of like realizing, well, like if you're a feminine watching, or you're watching for a feminine, like someone else is realizing what the feminine has done for this person. And there's sort of like a rush in to give this person recognition and reward, like, okay, I see now, I see what you've done, I see your efforts, and I want to give you something. So this could go either way. This could really be about promotions, like business or work, or this could be some sort of like a connection that the feminine is finally getting recognized. But let's see, because here we have trapped in fear, and that's interesting. Why is the divine feminine trapped in fear? What's causing this harsh energy? We have the Seven of Wands and Strength on this side. So that's interesting. I personally have felt this, that we're being truly called to stand our ground and really just, this next level evolution where we're starting to set the trend, set the path, because we believe so much in ourselves and we cannot be shaken by other people's opinions and judgments. It's like, if you judge me, maybe look at yourself and why you're judging yourself, because I'm not taking your judgment. And, what happens when someone comes with a present for you, but you reject the present? The present remains for them. So it's pretty much the same. If you take someone's judgment and you apply it to yourself, you end up in this energy of trapped in fear. So it's possible that some of the feminines are going through this. But if you reject that judgment, that negative judgment or criticism from someone else towards you, what happens is this remains for the other person. And now they have to ask themselves, they have to experience this energy and deal with this energy of judgment and criticism and negativity, not you, because you stood your ground. On this side of Strength, we actually see the woman hugging the lion and facing a demon. So it's very possible that the divine feminine this week is facing some sort of demons that maybe has been forgotten about, some sort of like old unresolved issues that used to put the feminine into this imprisonment, this dark place behind bars where this is just anxiety. This is the anxiety card. Overthinking, just perceiving the worst possible outcome. It's just general anxiety. But this is probably happening because there's something old coming up, like something that has not been dealt with. It's like you have to stand your ground in front of this demon. A lot of the feminine could be getting challenged with some sort of interaction with a person that looks like this, where the feminine will be challenged to just stand her ground and not really fall victim of this energy, whatever that is. And I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to demonize the person if this is a person, but it's basically this person is just giving out their the lowest possible energy that they have. And it's sort of like your responsibility to be like, do I take it or do I stand my ground? Because here's what happens. If you are on a higher level and you're pretty much into the light, and a person like this comes in your life and sort of tries to challenge this, you have two options. If you let yourself be shaken, and if you give the slightest power of this person and be like, you know what, they could be right, I'm probably wrong, you're losing, and you're ending up in this fear mode, this trap in fear, just questioning yourself and having anxiety. But if you stand your ground, if you're like, you know what, this is my truth and this is the truth for me, and set boundaries, what happens is, just because you basically stood your high level, now this person is getting pushed to go up. And I'm saying this from experience because I have been this person to a friend. I constantly questioned her awareness because I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand how she was so basically allowing, to the point that it looked like delusion and just not caring about this world, sort of like being way too wishy-washy and ungrounded. But then again, I'm very much masculine dominant, so anyways, And unconsciously, I was trying to bring her down to my level, but it was not my intention. I just couldn't understand her. But because she held space for me and she had stood her ground as a divine feminine, because she is a divine feminine, I had the chance to sort of like climb up to her level, even if we were not in communication. That means nothing. Like, it really means nothing. So I had the time to really, go up. And I think that's how this works. So if you're a feminine watching, and if you're just giving up, if you're feeling this, if you're feeling anxiety, ask yourselves, where are you giving your power to someone else to define you, to judge you, to say who you are, to say what you should be, and just take it back. Well, next card is New Beginning, which I'm very happy to see. Sometimes people feel anxious when there's something new happening, when there is an actual new beginning, because oftentimes new beginnings require new us. And when we don't know this new person that's trying to emerge, it's a bit scary, because it's just unknown, and people are scared from the unknown. That's just very prehistorically true. Like, this has been our defense mechanism for ages. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. So I get that. Okay, well, we have 2 fire energies. Okay. So, this is the King of Wands. So it's a masculine energy. It came up this way. It's interesting because, like, if you're a feminine, it's possible that someone is offering this new beginning to you. There's some sort of communication happening, some sort of travel. Things are moving really quick because this is fire energy. And the Eight of Wands is just fast-paced and fast-moving energy. So whatever this person has to do here in this position, it's just moving fast at a really, really, really fast and rapid pace. And, yeah. Or you could have met someone new that's just bringing this new beginning to you, this majorly new beginning. And it's happening really fast. Communication, traveling, this and that. And the King of Wands on this side is showing a person that could look a bit mysterious. It's only because they have so much wisdom. Look there is a snake here being wrapping up around the tree, and the snake is all about wisdom and knowledge. And fire signs, well, because the King of Wands is a fire sign, so this could be significant for you. But they really do, just like having this ancient occult wisdom, especially Sagittarius. I actually think that the King of Wands is Sagittarius, so this could be somehow significant for some of you. But honestly, I'm not getting anything too deep from this combination. It seems rather positive. It feels rather flowy and chill to me. Like, even though we have this really fast energy, I feel no anxiety at all. It's like it's being left in the past and it's being dealt with, and it's not being brought into the future. So I'll say good job. Okay, let's see what's up with the masculine. Wow. Well, they have 3 major arcanas. Ain't that crazy? Okay. This is strength. This is a repeating card, so it must be significant. In this deck, strength is the merge of the animal and the human, of the ego self and the higher self, of the wild primal self with the evolved self. And this is probably something that the masculine is facing, because we saw it on the feminine side as well. So it's possible that right now the feminine is sort of embodying the higher self, and the masculine is sort of like struggling to get out of this lower self, I guess, the ego self, the self-protective self. Let's see. Okay, we have 6 of Cups. And the Hierophant. Oh, that's interesting. Since we have here also the Magician card, or awareness, I'm kind of feeling there's some sort of realization just really happening for the masculine. And that was sort of visible on the feminine side as well, so the reading is tying up already. But 6 of Cups is mostly memories of the past, memories of past love, memories of a pure love. And it's true that when we experience it once in life, and if we are not able to, make this a commitment or really keep it up, we forget what it is. We forget what it is. What is true love? What is this pure, innocent love? And the 6 of Cups really speaks of this, of those memories where the love was pure and real. So, it's funny this comes up with the Strength card on the masculine side. It's possible the masculine is sort of like having those painful memories for the past, of a past love. And there's some sort of a struggle, like, do I give in or do I just block it? Because, the ego self, which is the lion, would definitely block it, but the higher self just examine it and just let it flow and see what it has to say. And there is some sort of breakage of stigma and dogmas, because on this side of the hierophant, it's like the masculine has already been initiated enough into this like spirituality thing, into the occult, into the knowledge of life, and now they're finally getting the possibility to really shift it and shape it as they want and see what they believe in, and being able to actually rebel against some of the beliefs that they have been taught. So it's funny because it's possible that this is somehow connected to another person, there are some sort of like past memories coming up, and there's some sort of revision, like it's being revised, because now the hierophant is here, and now there is this freedom in choice, free will. There is an actual free will happening here, letting the masculine really choose for themselves how to perceive this, what to believe about it, you know. And for some reason, this is requiring a lot of strength. There's like almost like a battle happening. It's a battle that needs to find a balance, like balance between those two. Like, don't shut one out, but don't shut the other one out too. The ego is not bad as long as we, give full power to it, but it's impossible to escape the ego. So possibly that's what's happening for the masculine. It's very interesting. Let's see what the awareness card is about. It's a pretty self-explanatory card as well. Obviously there's something coming to awareness for, okay, that card wanted to pop out. I just saw it. Yeah. There's something is being brought to light when it comes to some sort of union, maybe. Some sort of connection, some sort of relationship. It almost feels like, oh, now it makes sense. Now I get it. It's sort of like, I don't know, maybe he didn't, I don't know. I don't know what this could be for now. But we also have a Page of Wands, which speaks of new journeys, new passionate journeys, and not even beginnings, but it's like the beginning has already started, and sort of like preparing yourself to go on the journey. And it's a journey of the soul, really. It's something that's passionate and desires something new. And there really is some sort of realization happening for this union, this divine union. See? Ace of Pentacles. So it's possible that the masculine has been being revising some sort of old love, and maybe, wanting to revive this love. Because why I'm saying this is on this side of the deck, we have the Phoenix. So the card really jumped out, but it sort of like jumped out to me on this side, and I just picked it up on this side, but it doesn't really matter because it's still on this card. Maybe I put it this way because maybe this is still hidden. This phoenix bird just rising from the ashes and being reborn. Maybe this is hidden for you yet. Maybe you don't see it. Maybe neither party see it, nor the masculine nor the feminine. No one sees it, but it's there. It's spirit. It's spirit starting to burn again, because this is what happens. At some point, people become very jaded. Some people, not all, but I've seen this a lot with people who had this spark in themselves, and they got hurt, they got disappointed, and they lost it. They sort of like pushed it down and just killed it because it was too painful. And when they keep just living into this jadedness, I don't know if that's a word, but well, I used it. And when they keep living in this sort of like being of just, I'm just, everything's bullshit, I'm not, and just live this normal life without really following their dreams, sort of denying their dreams and denying their desires and not validating them, they become jaded. And it's just the fire is dead. You're not listening to your soul. That's what's happening. You're sort of like denying your own soul and pushing it away. And it will keep coming up, baby. That's the thing. Your soul will never be made to shut up or to be quiet. It will do whatever it has to do to make you wake up to it and just pay attention to it. Even if this means a painful challenge or like a nice, scary surprise. But it will happen until you learn to listen to your soul. And I really feel that this is the case here. That this is wanting to happen. That this awareness is happening in order to light this fire again. Because it's possible that the masculine has been actually very jaded and, sort of like lost touch with their soul. And their soul pattern, their soul desires. Now this won't resonate with everyone, but I've kind of been observing this with all masculines. That they sort of like, even the ones in a very high awareness. And it makes me just think that this is something that just needs to happen. And needs to be the way it is for whatever reason. Maybe they're holding space for us to grow, Maybe they're holding space for the feminine to really have this jump start and just, wake up so fast and learn so many lessons so fast. But I see this in a lot of masculine friends that I have, that they sort of became very jaded, and that there's something just heavy weighing on them, and there's this need for awareness and for this, this want to be just lit on fire, so that this could happen, or this could be appreciated and experienced. And it will happen. There are ideas. They're very grounded material ideas coming up. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, not on the bottom, next card, sorry. Next card is Destiny. And this is the wheel. And Destiny, well, it's a wild card, and it also sort of speaks of the soul. Because our soul creates our destiny, and it's always good, because our soul loves us and wants the best for us, of course, and for itself. So sometimes people fear destiny. It's funny because this is a 10 also. Okay, 4 of Swords fell. It's funny because people sometimes fear destiny, and I feared it myself, because for some reason I assume it might not be what I want, which is counterintuitive, but hey. And we also have the 10 of Wands here, which could sort of speak that the masculine is sort of feeling like this, as I said, feeling that they're carrying so much burden that's not theirs on their shoulders. And let's be honest, like, we are mirroring ourselves. The feminine and masculine will always be in a constant mirroring. So this is what the feminine has been doing for her masculine, aka taking the load for the masculine and just, helping and trying to deal with it. And what the masculine has been doing, taking the load from other people on their backs in order to help, or for whatever reason, feeling responsible, because, the masculine has been sort of responsible for carrying the world for the past eons. But this is the mirroring right here happening. Like, if you stop doing this for your masculine, they will stop doing, if the feminine stops doing this for the masculine will stop doing this for other people and actually have time to focus on themselves. And, we also have the 4 of Swords on the side, which is sort of like just feeling jaded. Just not being able to deal with this anymore, not being able to carry someone's load anymore, which is again mirroring, because this is what came up for the feminine. This is what I've been feeling, that I can't carry other people on my back anymore and not hold space, but like try to help them and deal with issues that they should be dealing with, but I'm trying to solve them for them. I think that's happening for the masculine. They're feeling jaded. The masculine feels jaded, and I don't know how this ties up with destiny. Like, maybe they're the masculine is sort of ready to finally, embrace their destiny and just sort of like let go of this burden, and whatever's meant to be is gonna be, This card is a bit like, it's very tired energy. It's very, very reclusive, very just peaceful. But also there's a sense of tiredness and sadness as well. So, sometimes we have to be broken and have cracks in ourselves in order to let the light in order to surrender enough to follow our destiny and what our soul, wanted for us to experience. And I think now the patience card on the bottom of the deck is really tying up with the whole reading, because, both sides are really going through something and some major changes, and there is a need for patience and balance within, emotional balance, so that this could get grounded and, just be dealt with. Okay, now I want to pull a card for the union. Okay, that wanted to come out. I didn't see it. This is the union energy. And do I need more cards? Let's see. I'm just gonna pull this one. Oh. Well, I don't like it when only chakras come up, so I'm gonna pull one more card. What's the union energy spirit? Come on. What's happening? Yeah. This came up with discontent and boredom. Well, and bottom of the deck, choose wisely. So, base chakra, aka root chakra, and discontent and boredom. So, obviously the union energy right now is very ungrounded and very just, it's like meh. Like, that's what I'm getting. It's just meh. There's just boredom and discontentment from both sides. It's like both sides find it hard to meet eye to eye, and both sides are in just this meh, It's like, whatever. There is still a new beginning happening and coming up, but it's like, can't be felt right now, because maybe there is problem with grounding for some, or there's like way too much grounding, like the base chakra is way too active. which translates to just being way too material, way too grounded in this reality, sort of like denying your other parts of the self. Um, this could be possibly, for in opposition for the masculine and feminine. Like one could be way too grounded and the other could be way too ungrounded, and the idea is for things to be balanced. But this is happening because there is a new beginning coming. And look, we have also the star card. So this feels like something we have all wished for and dreamt of, and it's starting to unfold before our eyes now, just now. And however, maybe like some of us are still so stuck on, what's not working, or the challenges now that we cannot really see this majorly new beginning and this majorly new healing, and how we're actually getting everything that we ever wanted without even like realizing it. It's like we almost never believed it that it would happen, but it's like it's starting to unfold before our eyes, and it's like, wait, what? Like it's so shocking that, it's almost like this person, look, like everything they want is here. Like you have the rainbow, you have the sun, the castle. Oh my god, the castle. Anyways, but this person is turning their back on this. Don't do this. Get grounded in this reality so that you can actually see this new earth, this new beginning, this new everything that we've been manifesting for so long, for ages. I've been doing all the work to get to there, and it's happening. I really do feel it's happening. This is very intense and very beautiful, and I'm really happy because I really do feel this is happening. A few months, we keep getting this card. Oh my god. Well, probably in a few months, I don't know, some of you could be getting into union in a few months, or there could be some sort of unfolding in your union's love story. So let's get one card for the feminine. Yes, if you had any questions, divine feminine, the answer is yes. Or, yeah, well, you'll know. And let's get one card for the masculine. Do or act, it's the same thing. So, well, the feminine is being encouraged that something the feminine's thinking is true, or some sort of confirmation, and the masculine is being encouraged to act and just do it. Okay, I hope this reading resonated with you, and if you liked it, just subscribe, comment, and tell me your thoughts and experiences. I really like to hear them. Or you can text me on my Tumblr blog, which will be listed down below. And yeah, that's it. It's a great reading. I loved it. It's perfect. Like, I was surprised to see the union energy. I was really not expecting this. So, okay, I'll stop talking. See ya. Bye.